How y'all doing, beautiful spiritual family, cosmic tribe? I'm excited to be here with y'all today. All right, I'm Mekhi-El. Welcome back to the School of You. Welcome back. Yes, sir. They didn't tell you when you went to school, it wasn't about you. Yeah, when you went to school, it was never about you. It was always about something else. Job, science, this, that, whatever. This school is only about you. Welcome. Let's learn about each other and ourselves in a safe environment. All right? So first, let's help create a safe environment, right? We're going to set the vibrations. Now, mind you, what I am doing, this is not witchcraft. All right? This is not witchcraft. This is not demonology. All right? This is none of that. This is science, okay? It's what you would call magic. It's what scientists would call magic, but it's what I call science because that's what it is, okay? Really, science is everything, or magic is everything, whichever word you want to use. They're the same thing. Now, you just have certain sciences that they don't want you to know or study, and so they make it seem very fake in media and in certain things or whatever, and they call it magic and all this. Just like whenever they get caught on some bullshit, they got the CIA to dub it as a conspiracy theory. They are very good at what you would actually call witchcraft, which is psychology, which is these mind games that they play with y'all. All right? This is science. Okay, so how is this science? We are setting a vibration. Everything in the universe can be calculated through what? Through frequencies and vibrations. All right, cool. So how we're controlling that, right, is your brain, how you see things. It's in what? Light waves, spectrums of light and frequency, or light, right? And so controlling what light waves you're letting in, right, can very much stimulate certain memories and certain things so that you are put at a certain frequency. You're tuning yourself to a certain frequency. Whatever light you're letting in, that's tuning you to that light frequency. Whatever sound wave or pitch, right, you're letting in, it's tuning you to that pitch, to that frequency. And so the music that you play when you're trying to do certain things is very important, if music at all. Sometimes it's better to literally listen to nothing. Try to be as silent as possible. Same thing for light. Try to get into as dark of a space as possible. Because when you do these things, you're actually purifying your frequency. You are actually teaching yourself to maintain its own frequency, right? And putting out, and you're going to put that frequency, right, or that tune, that pitch out there, and try to connect to a similar, right, or something that's vibing at the same pitch or frequency, or to attract those things that are vibrating at that same frequency, pitch. Okay? And so, honestly, with this stuff, it is very interpersonal. It is very interpersonal because another frequency, another very powerful vibration is your feelings, what you're feeling, right? Your emotions, which is energy in motion. Understand that. And so your energy in motion, your emotions, your feelings are going to affect the vibrations and the frequencies and things around you because it literally is that in motion. All right? And so, with these things are also helping us be more expressive and basically we're reminding ourselves of our own intent. That way, every time we smell the incense, we remember, oh yeah, we're trying to do this, we're trying to smell it, we're trying to, you remember the goal. Every time you look at the candle, you know that represents purity, peace, nurturing, attraction, right? Or depending on the color of candle you light, it can remind you of different things. So depending on what you use and what you do, it can remind you and keep you focused and align your intent on different things, because your intent is very powerful. Your focus, your awareness is very, very powerful. All right. Your awareness is actually more who you are than your brain, your body, or any of these other things. All right. But we can get deep into that in another video. Okay. So this is actually part of my series that's helping you guys cleanse out the different chakra points. Because once you do this, you will have you're basically feng shuiing the body. You feel me? Like if your body's a temple and you live in a temple, right? When you clean and you feng shui or whatever your house, you're allowing for energy to flow more smoothly throughout it, to attract miracles, to attract positive energy, to ward off the negative, right? When you meditate, when you do certain things like this, like we're going to do today, and when you cleanse out the chakra points, you're doing the same thing. When you cleanse out the chakra points, you're allowing for a very much more practical and much more unblocked, just easy flow for that energy to go through. You're giving it a path to actually ascend up the spine to your pineal or your third eye, powering that. All right. But really, it does way, way more than that. Your third eye really is just one chakra point, and you have at least 7, right? So, there's a lot you can do with this. But for now, for these purposes, this is for people who you're intermediate spiritualists, all right? You're not high level, or you're just doing all this, miracles and just astral projecting and all this stuff, and it's on command and da-da-da-da. Like, you're not there yet, right? Shit, I'm not even there yet half the time. Really, all this is about is reestablishing a sense of self, figuring out who the fuck you are without basically what your ego is telling you that you are, because your ego is there to protect your self-image and your reputation and your material self. But it's not going to do too much for your spiritual side, right? Your ego is egotistical, and that's not necessarily a bad thing or a negative thing. It's just a more, darker aspect of yourself, because that's what's needed to protect you while you're here. You feel me? But it's not you. You have to be in control. You have to be in the driver's seat. Your energy in motion, right? Any one of your energies in motion, any one of your emotions have to be used as energy. They cannot have the driver's seat. They cannot be in control. Your subconscious cannot be in control. You have to be in control. But in order for you to be in control and for you to have the driver's seat, you have to know who you are. And you also have to have self-control. Because if you can't control yourself, if you have no self-control, it's literally in the word. It's literally self-explanatory. Then you're not controlling yourself. If you have no self-control, if you fall for every one of your temptations, right? If you can never say no, even when you want to, right? You have to start asking yourself, who's in control? Who's in the driver's seat? Because it's all, honestly, you being like light and being like, being measurable, just like everything else in the universe, in light waves and vibrations and things like that, means you, just like all these things, are a spectrum. And there's infinite use. Just like when you look at light, the light that you're looking at is really just the light that's perceptible to you on the spectrum of infinite possibilities. You're the same way. As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that happens out here happens in you too. Actually, everything that happens out in here happens out there too, because really nature and everything reflects you, not the other way around. You feel me? So let's get into it, right? If you smoke, roll. If you drink, post something up, drink with me, you feel me? Because We about to cleanse out this chakra, have a little conversation, little high level lecture, and I'm gonna send y'all on y'all way to go apply the knowledge. There is no sense of you sitting here watching this whole video if you're not gonna go do the shit or do it with me. I'm for real. Exit. Because you sitting here and you siphoning energy just to be like these people who start religions and banks and all these, you being a gatekeeper. You got the knowledge, but you're not spreading it and you're not applying it. So you are a gatekeeper. So exit. We don't want you here. That's not the time we on, bro. Use it or share it. Those are the only two options. Because if you're sharing it, then you're being a messenger. You are being a messenger. So you are still fulfilling a purpose here. And you are helping other people arise and helping other people who may want to apply it. If you're applying it, you are literally being the light. You're being the light, right? Or the darkness, whichever one is wanted. Because light and dark aspects, again, are just energy. All energy comes from the same source. So neither of these things are good or bad. It just depends on how you use it, how it's being utilized, right? When you have something in existence, you have to have, you know, just by nature, by default, you create its adversary, which is all it is. It's adverse to whatever else was in creation with it. It's not good or bad, good or evil, positive, negative. Really, it's just dark or light, you know? It's just this energy or this energy. But really, it's all this energy that split, right? But they're parallel. They're the same, but they can't touch. So they're more parallel energies, all right? Neither one of them is good or bad. Because if you want to get deep into it, you come from dark matter energy. You actually are dark matter energy. And darkness was first. Everything came from the darkness, even the light. So, but that's another lecture for another time. Okay. So here, I'm going to explain some of my symbolism I got going on while you rolling up. So we got the soul. If you watch my videos, you've probably seen this before, you know, on TikTok or whatever. But you know how they be whenever we get to waking people up. All the games start. You feel me? They done hacked my Facebook, which, you know, Facebook is connected to everything. So I had to start everything over. I don't care. I mean, I'm still out here giving you this information. Even if one nigga click on my video, I'm gonna be out here posting shit. I don't give a fuck. Because that means I was here to wake up that one nigga. And I have my ego. I'm in control of my ego. So I could be sent here to help one person on this planet. And if I do my job, I'll be completely satisfied. I don't need to save the world. That's where people are getting they feel like as soon as they start waking up a little bit, it's their job to save the planet. No, it's your job to figure out what the fuck your job is. That's your job. And it's his job to figure out what he's supposed to be doing. And it's her job to figure out what she's supposed to be doing. And then once you figure it out, do that. And help other people figure it out. I mean, it's not supposed to be hard, but y'all make it hard for real, because y'all want this. A lot of people, I feel like y'all just want to feel better than other people. Y'all want this whole superiority, inferiority thing to be going on. Y'all want this diversity shit. Y'all like the drama. You feel me? You like feeling better than everybody when you know everybody, you know, should be equal. Y'all just want to feel better than people. And so you basically convince yourself that that's your purpose. Your purpose is to wake everyone up. How can that be everybody's purpose? And then if it was everybody's purpose, we fucking up. We are not doing a good job right now. I mean, my people is waking up, don't get me wrong. But we need everybody to wake up. It's not about looks. It never was. Honestly, all this race, this is recent. This is recent stuff, man. This is recent stuff. All this race, we was always tribal. We was always tribal people. You feel me? We was always tribal people. It was always about bloodlines and actual features and things like that. It was never about color and all that shit. Y'all, everything that y'all put in y'all whole, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I am Nigerian, my friend. I'm Nigerian. I'll die for it. Come to Nigeria, whatever. And we don't mess with African Americans. They not real Africans, because not like us Nigerians. Who came up with the word Nigeria? You, nigga? No, not a nigga that look like us. All these names, all these labels you see today is not even the fucking names of the places you go to. Or it's not where that was at. For example, Egypt used to be all of the Middle East and a lot of Africa. And now when you see Egypt, it's just that little, you feel me? And really that was Kemet. It wasn't even Egypt, it was Kemet. So it's like, y'all are putting everything, you are labeling yourself and identifying yourself as a nationality. And then wonder why it's so easy for you to not question when they up the taxes, make you pay more for gas, send your kids off to the military, because you saying you them. You're saying you're American when America is a nation, it's a nationality. You're claiming a nationality. So really, it's not even an ethnicity, or what you think is an ethnicity, what you think is a bloodline. It's not, it's a place that you are tying yourself to. Contracting yourself to. Oh, I'm Israeli. That's a nation. You're claiming a nationality, not an ethnicity. You're choosing a side, pretty much. That's it. That has nothing to do with your fucking bloodline, nothing to do with your religion, nothing to do with nothing but some imaginary lines and some words somebody drew on a map. But y'all don't want to really get into it like that, because then you'd have to go do some real research. You got to go ask granny and grandpa. You got to go ask mom and pops some uncomfortable questions, and you might have to school them on some shit, and some of y'all are not ready for that. Y'all need to understand that this spirituality shit, with great power comes great responsibility. Once you have the knowledge, once you have this, you get responsibility that comes with that. You're not just going to be out here knowing shit for no reason, bro. And the ones of you that are, y'all are gatekeepers, and we coming for you. Real talk. Real talk. All right, so today, you feel me? I already told you, I don't like to use a lot of like idols or figurines. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think they're beautiful, but I'm a creator, and the creator side of me, I always want to make something for them. Okay, so whenever I'm working for or with a deity, because spiritual entities and deities, they are different, but when I'm working with a deity, I like to make something, because that's just what resonates with my soul. I feel like it's more personal than just going and buying a little statue that I put up. But, not saying that there's anything wrong with that either, but this is just how I like to do it. And so I'm working with Ogun today. Warrior Ogun, yes, the protector, right? And so I got my Ankh, and this is actually a ceremonial piece. Ceremonial that I like to use with inscriptions. All right. And so this is the one I like to use for Ogun. Sometimes a Kosi as well, but I like to use like an arrowhead, or I like to make an arrow or, you know, or bow or something for a Kosi, because, you know, he's a hunter. He's more of a hunter warrior, you know. Warriors like Ogun, you know, we give them a lot of credence as these martial gods because, you know, they're the frontline wartime god, like strong, powerful, like everything about them. You just think of soldier, warrior, strong, like, you feel me? But the difference between the warriors and the hunters is that the warriors gotta wait, and the warriors gotta wait for the general, and the warriors, you know, they go off of command and orders. You gotta order the warrior, not the hunter. As soon as you with the hunter just go get it. Just go, go take out the threat before it even get close. They go scout for it and go find it before it even becomes a threat. The warrior will defend you from the threat. It might be right on your tail. You might still be in danger, but you protect it because you got a warrior with you. But today, you know, the reason why I chose Ogun is just because, honestly, that's what my spirit was more calling me towards today, to be real with y'all. And I feel like for beginners, he's good. He's a good Orisha, which is what he is. He's a good Orisha to start, to help with beginners. And the reason why I like to assist, I like to call on the Orishas, you know, in particular for assistance when cleansing the root and the sacral and your solar chakras and even the heart, but your material chakras, is because you have 5 material chakras. These top 3 are all spiritual. And the crown is not even on the body. It's literally, it stays in the spiritual realm. And so your chakras, the reason why I call on the Orishas in particular to help cleanse them is because many of the Orishas took on the physical forms like us before they became an Orisha or an ascended master. Before they ascended, they lived a human experience like us. And they were here before. And I think that's beautiful. And that can be very helpful when cleansing a material body. They already know how to do this. They did it already. So who better to guide you? You feel me? So, what we're gonna do today is, I told y'all get lit, smoke, drink. So you already know I'm gonna hit mine too really quick. Yes, sir. Light this candle. So for a goon, you will want to do a green candle usually. He loved the color green. I got some green stuff around me. I got like some green, it's just some papers and stuff, but my green heart. I got a slice of lime. So I got some green stuff around me, but yeah. Get you a green candle if you can. I just ran out. And if you don't got the color that you want, white is the best go-to, white or black. Candles, all right? So the candle is gonna be adding the element of fire during the meditation, okay? As a 9 ether being or a high vibrating human being, you are the master of the elements. You master the elements, okay? So around us assisting, we have fire, right? We have earth because of my crystals and my things like that. We got water up in the bomb, all right? And we got air because even though this is virtual, I am still passing the information on to you orally. I am still putting the energy out there for you to receive. That energy is helping fuel the flame element. because the fire is going to be eating the words and the energy in the air as I speak. Breathe it out. Ashe. And so you see how the candle, you can almost see it coming up over the light, the flame just got higher. That's how you know. All right. When you're doing stuff that's high energy, that candle flame, it's going to get higher. It's going to burn brighter. If you want to check somebody's energy, you can burn a candle around them. If they low energy, it's not going to burn too. You feel me? See how I respond to me? You mean to like me. Okay? Look, I'll do it again. And I'm not. And you see how slow I was moving my hand? I am purposely moving it too slow for air to be what's interacting with it. To show y'all. See how true it was? Just to show you. Okay? Because this is what I can't stand about when I watch other spiritualists, is that they'll tell you all the stuff in the world. They can tell you the most bullshit in the world and they can't show you shit ever. They can't teach you how to do shit ever. Besides, outside of the basics. They give you a little basic that you can go look up and see on any other page or go read in a book somewhere. You feel me? We keeping it exclusive here. We keeping it exclusive here. This is just for the collective intelligence. That's it. All right. So that's why I'm willing to show y'all this shit. I don't care. All right. You see that? Here, look. It's completely still. Now it's flickering, but it's not moving. Now watch. It can't burn me because I'm controlling it. I can't. Something that's befriending you does not want to hurt you. You feel me? We are the master of the elements. I could have my hand here this whole fucking lecture if I wanted to. Ashe. All right. So, enough of that. Let's get back to the lecture. What we're going to do is, let's see. Here, I'm going to play some what's called Orisha music. And you can look it up yourself on YouTube. When you look it up on YouTube, it's called Orisha music. Okay? They got some good stuff on, they got some good options on Spotify and SoundCloud too. SoundCloud, low key, hey, I know I sound like an old head still using SoundCloud, but SoundCloud got them slaps. I don't know. Fuck what y'all talking about. Yeah, niggas sit still on SoundCloud. Yes, sir. All right, so last video, we cleansed the root chakra. By, help us start learning how to let go and start mastering the ego. But now we're doing the sacral chakra. This is more of our sexual energy. All right. And especially for feminine, this is where a lot of you guys get your energy to attract. Right. And your heart chakra actually gives you that energy too, because your heart chakra is all about harmonizing. And so when you're in harmony, when you're in complete harmony, you instantly are going to attract and connect to and do things with what you want. So your heart, but also your sacral chakra can help do that too, because your sacral energy, this is mainly your creation and your creative energy. And the things that you create is what, is basically it defines who you are as a creator being, So if you're not creating, you probably don't know who you are. And what I mean by creating, you don't got to be this master inventor, bro. You can be out here making music, whatever, but actually making something, being original. Because if you notice, that's something that's becoming a lot more niche, is people being original. Everything is a remix nowadays. Everything is a sample nowadays. You feel me? So we gonna get reconnected back to that creative energy, that creative force. All right. So I'm gonna play some Orisha music. We're gonna close our eyes, and the mantra or the affirmation that we're gonna be using is, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. This is the true name of your soul. I am that I am. Remember, if you have any biblical or Judaic study, right, this was God's name, right? So if you understand that you're God, you understand that this is your name. And to help remember who you are, because look, when you read the Bible, how it's supposed to be read, you realize that, first of all, Jesus isn't a person. Yeshua is a person. And second of all, Christ wasn't part of his name. Christ is a christening. Christ is an anointing. So you're anointed as a Christ. It's almost like how the Catholics, they saint people. You're anointed as a Christ. So in respect for the level of mastery he had in spiritualism, Yeshua was anointed as a Christ. He wasn't the only one at all. And so the second coming they're talking about is the second awakening of the Christ consciousness. All right. You have oil. If you want to get it scientific, because I can break it down scientific for you. Like I said in my last video, I hate when people get on here and they just tell you the spiritual side. And, you know, a lot of us are more logically minded. This is how I was getting in, bro. I'm into computer software design and coding and stuff like that. I'm into computers and financial analytics. I'm a nerd and a gangster. I do whatever the fuck I want. So you got to explain it to me every type of way, nigga. You got to explain it to me a way a street nigga would like to hear it. You got to explain it to me scientifically. I gotta know the science behind it, and you got to explain it to me spiritually, because I want my ancestors to filter that shit. Yeah. And because I know the power of 3. So explain it to me 3 ways. The 3, the 6, and the 9. I know the power. So explain it to me 3 ways. You feel me? So here's the scientific. You want to get into it scientific, because this is not just all spiritual chakra and da-da-da. That's just one structure, right? It's one labeling. It's one way of knowing. It's one truth. It's my truth. Doesn't mean it's the only one. So let's break it down scientifically. Scientifically, you have Christus. It's literally called Christus, Christ oil, that sits in the marrow of basically your pelvic region. It sits in your bones here, and it sits in different glands in your bones at the base of the spine. At the base of the spine. Now, when you look at a spine, go look up a picture, go on Google Images and look up what the spine looks like. The spine looks like a fucking cobra. It looks like a snake. And so when you see Kundalini energy, when you see the serpents, when you look at any fucking hospital and you see the staff with the snakes on it and the wings at the top, that's your spine. And the serpents, that's the Kundalini energy, that's the Christus oil, that's what you're trying to raise up your spine. That's Jacob's ladder. And get that energy to your third eye, which is, in science, your pineal gland, which sits beside or above your pituitary gland, which controls your hormones, which controls the way you think, the way you believe things, what you believe in, and all of that. Okay? So scientifically, when they talk about, look, they even say, he's like, oh, da da da. Christ will, when he raises again, when he ascends again, which they're just talking about Jacob's ladder, they're talking about that spine, they're talking about and they just said Christ. They didn't say Yeshua, they didn't say Jesus, they said Christ. When Christ ascends again. So when the Christus oil ascends, right? It is going to dominate and sit at the right hand of God. God being your pineal. This is your Christ consciousness, your third eye, your enlightenment, everything that connects you to everything, connects you to source energy, God, will sit at the right hand of the throne, unlocking the right hemisphere. The right hemisphere of your brain is called your what? That's your intuitive side. Left is your animal, your carnal side. Right is your intuitive side. Your spiritual side. Your God mind. Your Christ consciousness. So, broke it down for you spiritually, broke it down for you scientifically. Now, for the people who, I grew up everywhere. And I everywhere, and when I say everywhere, I grew up everywhere. But my childhood, where I grew up in my childhood, I grew up everywhere in St. Louis because I was in foster care, nigga. I grew up all over St. Louis. And it don't get much more hood than that. I'm telling you, it don't get much more hood than the Lou. For real. It get down. We get active. For real. Talking about, I was getting my stripes when I was 13, 14, nigga. 12. I don't even fucking remember. I didn't care. Age, I didn't celebrate birthdays, nigga. I didn't celebrate holidays until I was finally adopted by some racist white motherfuckers. And so I ran away from their ass when I was 16, 17. Been living on my own in these streets ever fucking since, nigga. So, for you niggas out there, I understand where y'all coming from too. Because this shit seemed kind of, and it's all about self-love and da-da-da-da-da. And if you a thug, nigga, honestly, all of it is machoism. It's all fake, sometimes real though, confidence. We be on demon time. Everything is about not having a soul. And so that's why it's really hard for us to get back into this. Because honestly, we were the main target. You are the main target, nigga. If you a hood nigga, if you are a young male, black male who grew up here in America, you are the main fucking target. And the reason why is because you the only one that they know, honestly, will start the uprise, nigga. You the warriors. You out here killing each other and all this wars because you was always the fucking warriors, nigga. You was always the warrior. You always had that electrical masculine energy, and now they taking that and they using it against you, and having you use it again, and having you kill each other. You feel me? You see, this psychology shit is the real witchcraft. And so they done brainwash you. They done hit you with their little white match with the witchcraft and made you think that the enemy looks like you. Made you think all this bullshit, made you think you need them. And so you can't come for them. You need them. You feel me? Meanwhile, you totally cool to sell drugs in your community, shoot motherfuckers, all this bullshit, whatever. They taught you to hate yourself, nigga. That's why they made all these whatever. Now when you see like spiritual shit, it's the whitest, blondest, blue-eyed little angel you'll ever see. And Jesus got the with the hood. He got that hood. When you think of Moses, you think of Santa Claus. When you think of Jesus, you think of fucking Santa Claus sometimes. Or you think of you think of the motherfucking gay Jesus that they be putting in media. Or you think of, I'm talking about Jesus with the abs and the long hair and the beard. And when you go look in the Bible, they tell you the nigga was ugly. But they got you looking at this, like this motherfucking Zac Efron with long hair and a beard. Every time, right? But then the celebrities out here, nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit. Nigga, slap my mom in the face. Look like me. Why? Every single movie with a nigga in it is about slaves or about overcoming my, what's it called? Overcoming my, life's so hard and I'm gonna put on my suit and make it and pursue the happiness ass niggas type. Like every movie with a nigga like me in it, it's always about some reconciliation. Or it's a how high ass type movie where I'm the funny weed nigga, getting locked up and robbing niggas and da-da-da. I'm a thug. I'm a gangster. I'm a murderer. I'm a slave. That's it. Show me a movie where I'm not. You could probably show me one or two, and I can give you 500 for each one you show me. You feel me? And then the ones that you think they do a good job on, if you're paying attention, a whole bunch of white motherfuckers made money. And the one black nigga you paying attention to made money. And that's it. One nigga made money and looked good. And so now all the niggas that look like him, when they see a nigga out like that out on the street, they be like, oh, he's one of the good ones. And if you look like me, you still just a nigga. You feel me? So all of this is psychology. This is witchcraft. You feel me? This is witchcraft. This is white magic or light magic. Light code lockdown is what some prefer to it now. The Matrix. They not powerful enough to make a real fucking Matrix, nigga. They need you to make anything. So they just tricked your ass. And now you created a Matrix using your own fucking brain. Read the CIA documents that they just let out. Your brain creates, I already knew this shit before they let it out, but I'm just glad that they let it out because now I have like a reference document that I can point to when I'm talking about this shit that said for all the niggas who need, they white mommy and daddy to be like, oh yeah, no, he's telling the truth. Yeah, for all of y'all who need, the little science and the government to hold your hand to believe anything, which that's how they got you in the first place. Now they're admitting to it. They're admitting to holograms and all that, astral projection and all that. But the reason why I bring up the holograms is because this is a natural thing that your brain does to correct things or to basically so you can see reality, in a way that you can comprehend it and perceive it without losing your shit, right? The easiest way for you to, the easiest way for you to see and understand this is to see the holograms that you make just by looking at your phone. You're looking at me on a 2D surface. This is a completely flat surface, completely flat. It's completely 2D surface, right? But somehow you know that this hand is in front of this hand is in front of my face. You've got in-depth perception. How is that possible on a flat surface? It's because your brain fills in the gaps for you to make it still make sense. It wouldn't make sense if I was all flat the whole time. I ain't talking like this. And my hands kept bumping into each other, but they was going through each other. Like, no, you wouldn't like that. You feel me? So your brain's just like, fuck it. I'm not going to view the world like that. That's how powerful your brain is. And they know that. The same people that can just up and put millions, billions of dollars, you feel me, to help other countries that are at wars that have nothing to do with us, or to send guns to random that have nothing to do with us, or random aids or programs and whatever, and feeding the hungry, and even the ones that are doing good stuff. You know, these same companies don't do that shit here. They give a fuck about shit that's going on out there more than they give a fuck about the shit that's going on here. And these are the people that you're trusting for your information, for your food, for everything. And they don't even give a fuck about you. You are their income, and that's it. You are their source of passive income. And that's it. Yeah, you don't want to get it to me. I can explain it to you legally too. Because you have citizens, big C, and then you have citizens, little c. Do you know which one you are? Do you? Are you a citizen with a capital C, or are you a citizen with a lowercase c? Do you even know the difference? Are you just a citizen? Are you just a citizen, or are you a national or a free sovereign? You feel me? Or do you know the difference at all? Do you really think that you're African American? Do you? I'm seriously, do you really think that you are African American? Do you think that the people who ran away from their oppressors on wooden boats, not even a couple, like not that long later, was able to bring 1 million slaves from Africa? 1 million peoples that is bigger and stronger than them. And got way more set up civilizations. Y'all were still colonies. These were kingdoms. I'm just asking. While at the same time, they killed millions of Native Americans, or what they called Native Americans, or what they called Indians at the time, with their disrespectful ass. They brought 1 million of us from Africa and killed 1 million of us over here at the same time. We can get more into our history later and what we are, but this is why I want to do this first. Because when we cleanse the chakra points first, when we open up our mind, because they have you closed-minded, they have you in a box, 2D mind frame. That's why everything you do is 2-dimensional. You do homework, 2D. Art forms, everything is 2D. We watch TV, 2D. They don't want you sculpting. They don't want you doing things in the 3rd dimension. You're a 3-dimensional being. You might figure out some shit and be in the 4th dimension. Next time they see you, 5th dimension, 6th. Some of our ascending masters still here, living on the planet, go to the 12th dimension. But you can't even start to fathom that. And because you can't even start to begin to realize what these concepts are, whatever, you just don't want to believe them at all. Like, oh, wow, you're crazy. You're stupid. That's fake. But did you do research before you said that shit? Have you ever tried anything before just coming at me and attacking my character, which actually is hurting your soul more than it is mine, because you are vibrating low, attacking me. And then not just that, I got the Orishas, I got the ancestors, and I got all these unforeseen forces that you don't believe in on my side. And if you study philosophy, you know that all they knew that it's the unforeseen forces that control you, not the seen forces. Something that's right in your face is not as much of a threat to you. It can't control you. Versus something that you never see and don't know what's going on. If you out of the loop, you're a lick. That's what we call it in the hood. We finna rob you. Everything that's yours is mine. You don't even know I'm here. You feel me? That's where they're trying to keep it with all this. That's why the same stuff that they be on the hush hush about in real life, they throw it in media and on TV, in everything. Almost everything you watch nowadays is some superhero or some fantasy shit. Because that's all part of the agenda. They're trying to put it in a certain light to get you to believe it in a certain way. They don't want you to know the real shit. And they know that knowledge is power. And what that really means is when you know something, you actually are giving power to it. And making it, and you are affirming it in this universe. You feel me? That's why all these deities, no matter what religion you go to, they want your faith. They want your belief. They want you to know that they are real. Why? Because it gives them power. When you could just believe in yourself and give that same energy to yourself. Instead of an unknown deity that the name been changed thousands of times by the time the book was handed to you. It's been through hundreds of governments and civilizations that have mixed it and put in their own stuff for their own different purposes before it was handed to you. You feel me? And so all the points of these books was to get us to realign with that energy in the first place. So why don't you do that? And get the information from the source so you don't have to keep relying on the books. Because these books, yes, but they're the training wheels. Everything is training wheels. This is training wheels. The crystals, all of the candle, this is all training wheels for shit you're supposed to know how to do naturally. At the flick of a fucking finger. But they done got us, you see, the Christians, they call it the fall, right? What were they talking about? They're talking about a fall in vibration. The whole cosmos fell in vibration. This planet fell in vibration. And so, back speaking to you scientifically, when we talk about vibrations, we're talking about densities. And when we're talking about densities, right, we're talking about the inner complexity and inner, makeups of whatever it is, the volume, the weight, the density is talking about it all, right? And so, for example, water has a different density than oil. That's why they don't mix. They just stack, they layer, right? That's how our universe is set up. When they talk about the not even the multiverse, because we're the multiverse. We're multi-dimensional beings with electromagnetic beings. You feel me? So that's energetic, magnetic, multi-dimensional beings. You feel me? That's what they don't want you to know. Now, but you also have parallel universes. Now, the parallel universes are the other worlds, other blah, blah, all that shit, right? And these all have different densities. If the ocean wasn't as accessible as it was, they would be telling you that that's another world and that you couldn't go there because the water pressure, the water density, it changes and becomes water because that's another. It got low enough to where now the density changed again. And the deeper you go in that water, you get that deep pressure, right? No different than space pressure, deep space pressure, right? That's why they built the submarines. They were testing out they were using the water pressure to simulate space pressure. But let's not even get too deep into that. So everything it has different densities. So when you have beings that descend from another density, we come kicking and screaming and crying and shit. Because it's hard to even live here at first. Really the whole time. Because we have all this pressure on us at all times because we're not in the right density. We were sent here to raise the density, to raise the vibration. But until that's happened or we go back, we're going to be under a lot of pressure. And for a lot of us, that manifests as suffering. That's why you're the black sheep of your family. If you're really listening to me, that's why you're the black sheep of your family. A lot of you are. Or your circumstance, you're the black sheep of your environment. A lot of you. A lot of you are very misunderstood. A lot of you knows there's something different about you, know there's something special about you. A lot of you are into fantasy and all this stuff, and anime and all this. Because these are things that are reminding you of who you are. You see, the world is balanced. So there's just as much dark as there is light. But you have to remember there's just as much light as there is dark. You got to remember both. You got to remember that the world's fucked up, but you got to remember that the world is beautiful. You got to remember that there are people out there trying to get that message out to you. And not every single show that you watch is going to lower your vibration. And not every single song you listen to is going to lower your vibration. Because there's people out there that are trying to help genuinely. The good guys always win. Light always shines through the dark. Every time. All right? Anyway, I done talked y'all head off. I hope y'all are good and high as shit, because I ain't even meaning to go that deep into it. You feel me? All right. This is the next mudra, right? The next hand symbol that we're going to use. All right. So the first one, we did plasma and water. We faced the energy point down to cleanse out the root chakra. And remember, for the root chakra, you had to be sitting on that ass. You had to be grounded, right? So this is what my hands look like, but face down, right? All right, don't let no blood see you do this. You feel me? Don't. All right, they might get a little mad, a little angry with you. That meditation shit not gonna cut. You gonna be like, oh, no. You're gonna be like, no, Mekhi-El told me I learned it on the school of you. And then they gonna be coming for me. Like, no, I didn't teach you to do that. I didn't teach you that. I just said, take the 2 fingers. Pinch them nice, and place them on your knees. All right, and then just face them down, and that's what you're gonna do. And then remember the diaphragmatic breathing that we discussed. All right. So when we diaphragmatic breathe, we through the nose all the way down. You're gonna imagine you're breathing that you're letting the air come all the way touch your navel. Right? Your belly button, your center. Right? Because when most people breathe, you breathe like this. You saw that? My chest. My chest expanded. Or you breathe like this. Somehow your chest go in. It's like, how am I breathing and my chest going in? Or you breathe like this. Mouth breathing, that's the worst. Mouth breathing is actually scientifically proven to shorten your life. It's terrible for you. It fucks up your teeth. It fucks up your breath. You want to be breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. The Egyptians, you remember, sometimes they depicted themselves with the fat bellies. They depict themselves with the fat bellies, right? These are the same people who believed that they were gods. You think that they were depicting themselves with fat bellies for no reason, nigga? No, they were trying to show you. That's what they were trying to show you. They was trying to show you it's all about that. You gotta let the air reach your diaphragm. This is called diaphragmatic breathing. When you do this, you are instantly present. You are in the moment. You are not in the future or in the past anymore. You are in the now when you do this. You become present. So that's why we do this. Feel free to incorporate any breathing techniques or breathing practices or breath work that you want to. This is just one I use, and it's very simple to start. It's very good for you. So that's for the root. Today, we are doing the sacral. All right? So for the sacral chakra, we are taking the plasma points, right? And connecting them. Then we are going to take all the elements, water, fire, earth, air, right? And we're going to overlap them like so, right? When they talk about in Dragon Ball Z, when they talk about 10 times fold, 4 times fold, 3 times fold, this is how we fold energy. We overlap it. Overlapping is another way of saying folding. So we're folding the energy. The plasma is bringing it full circle, and it's directing it. And now we're going to cleanse out the sacral chakra. Just like that, okay? So we're going to do this throughout the entirety of the song. All right, I'm going to play the Orisha music, and we're going to do this throughout the whole song. Y'all going to hang in there with me, all right? Now, this is called Powerful Ogun Song to Break Curses and Gain. That's what it's called on YouTube when you look it up. If you want to look this up yourself and do this on your own time, I like to use Ministry of Miracles Healing School. Okay? But honestly, not really. I just like this song for Ogun. Mudra. know you feel that. You feel that. Oh my goodness. Totally changed my energy. I'm not even, I feel at peace right now. Like happy. But yeah, see, there's so many benefits to this. There's so many benefits. Like, even if you're not getting the spiritual benefits to this, man, it's worth it just to feel happy and at peace. And have your energy levels higher. Not go out and feel like you want to smack the shit out of somebody. Yeah. Man, peace to all the gods and goddesses. Peace to all the kings and queens. Ashe to the ancestors. I love this collective consciousness, man. I love all this spiritual shit. I love this, man. This is what I do. This is really what I do. And it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Seriously. Comment any questions you guys have. What you think I should do videos on next. Any topics that's been calling to you. You feel me? I'm here for the people. I'm not scared of y'all. I'm not one of these even on my old page, even on any of my pages, even on when I had thousands of followers. I'm not one of them people who's scared to be around people, talk to people. This is what I do. I can also feel and read energy. So if your energy not right, that's why I didn't respond to you. Or maybe I just didn't, or maybe I genuinely just didn't see it. But I be looking, I be here. I do this for y'all. I'm not just sitting here, I'm not doing this because I like hearing myself talk, which I also do, but this is not why I do it. So please ask me questions, like, share, comment, subscribe, do what we can, because we got to get this information out here, man. This is the information that they, has the most, misinformation and false prophets and people who are just really there to mislead you. And honestly, a lot of that is the CIA. Keep it real with you. If you a god or goddess, nigga, the CIA and the police, they the ops, and they don't, for real. Their whole purpose is to keep you from waking up and remembering who you are. That's why for a simple traffic stop, nigga, 4 cops gonna pull up for your ass. 3, 4 cops, at least another cop car gonna pull up for backup. At least. And if they get to blowing at your ass, they gonna hit you 50 times at least. These motherfuckers got guns. These are 9mm rounds that hold 9 rounds, and motherfuckers is hitting you like 50 times. Because these motherfuckers are briefed and trained and know who the fuck you are, nigga. And you don't. You forgot. So that's why they try to fuck up this shit here. Whenever people do this, that's why when people try to give y'all information like this, you see they go through the most on social media. Don't nobody that don't agree with something that somebody have to say do that much. They might do a comment or whatever. They're not going to subscribe to the page and make sure they comment on every video. Making sure that they, on every video in the comments, this is some bullshit, this is a fake, in every video, nigga. No, regular people don't do that. That'd be the fucking CIA, because they know you read the comments, nigga. They know you going through the comments to see, how are people feeling? Because they know that we're a collective consciousness. We want to know how our reflections feel, which is what we all are of each other. We're reflections of each other. And that's why mob mentality works in the first place. Because we want to know how we feel. How does the collective feel? And so when you're going through the comments and when you're reading reviews, even to, go to a new restaurant, you in the reviews, oh, this bitch said we can't go there. You feel me? That's what they hoping on with these videos. They be in the comments. That's be them. All right? Yeah, I'm not saying regular people don't have terrible shit to say. That's not what I'm saying. Because it'd be people that look like me that tell me the worst shit. For real. But it's because people that look like me have been indoctrinated the most. You feel me? Because we're the target. All the so-called minorities are the target. How are they going to call you a minority when you a majority on the planet? Everybody look like you. And the only people that don't come from Europe. Am I lying? It don't matter what race you are. There's people that look like you in every other race. Except when you go there. And even there, they got Scandinavians and all these like Southern European, and some of them look like us. You got black Dutch and black what was the other one? Spaniards. Yeah, that's why it was so easy to conquer us. They sent the conquistadors, nigga. They sent people from Europe that looked like us. They do the same thing to this day. All these companies that fuck you over. Why did you sign up for that insurance or that phone number? Why did you get that internet in the first place? Because they sent you a targeted ad that had a nigga that looked like you in the commercial. And you watch that motherfucker like 5 times every day. Every time you go on Netflix, they sell the information to the same affiliates to where every time you go on YouTube or any other app or anything digital, it's the same. Advertising companies are kind of like debt collection companies. All right. You got the hospital, right? You got the hospital that you might actually owe money to. Okay. But you're not going to get an email from the hospital. You get an email from the debt collector that works for the hospital. You feel me? Do you feel me? So if Spectrum wants you to buy their internet, Spectrum is not going to hit you up and be like, hey, buy my internet. They might send you a little something in the mail. They're going to have YouTube tell you to buy my internet, and Hulu and Netflix. They're going to have all of them tell you to go get it. Anybody else but them. You feel me? So that's how this shit works, man. You got to understand what I'm saying, though. You really do, because they make their information very easy to understand. Because they want you to be focused on convenience. Because then anything that's not convenient automatically will be written off. Because they made you lazy. You're not dumb. They made you lazy. And so now you never had the will to go and do your own research and go and da-da-da and go and, you feel me? They made you hate yourself. You think you are complete. They drove you crazy. They put hormones in the food. They play the same bullshit ass music every market you walk into, every grocery store, every fucking radio station, every McDonald's you go into, they playing the same little tunes. They putting the MSG in all these. A burger ingredients should be beef, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and bread. You look at the ingredients, it'd be 89 ingredients for a burger. And you had me fucked up just by adding the MSG in there. Which, for those who don't know what MSG is, you can go look it up, because they fully admit to dosing your ass. They don't give a fuck no more because they know you drugged up. MSG is a chemical compound that they add to the food that was made in the lab to make the food more addicting. See, all the shit that we be talking about, that the real people who know that we talking about, they believe in it and they tell you not to. They be like, oh, the vibrations, oh, don't believe in that, oh, nonsense, oh, the whatever, don't. But then they hit you with vibrations every place of business you walk into. They're playing a vibration. That's all the music is. They're setting the tone. They have tones and vibrations for every little fucking machine and everything you go to. You think that your air conditioning be hum all day for no reason, and then when it turns off, it snaps like a hypnotist? You think that when you click on your TV, it cling, or you turn on Netflix, ba-boom, or you turn on Hulu, da-ding, all these little sounds and these little jingles are for no fucking reason? Every time you get a phone call, all this shit, you think it's for no reason. That's what they want you to. They want you to think shit is just for, everything's comical, everything's bullshit, everything's whatever. They don't even care if you believe in what the fuck they're talking about, as long as you don't believe in what the fuck I'm talking about. Because then you be free. And if you are free, as in truly free, you're agenda proof. You're agenda proof. You don't pay taxes. You don't get sick, so you don't feed into the pharmaceutical company. You don't buy into their bullshit. You don't, debts and all that don't matter to you. None of that, all their rules and all their games and all their little shit that they do, it doesn't matter to you, which makes you useless to them. Right? And so they trained you to believe, to have a sense of faith in your usefulness to them. That is success. Your success is based off your usefulness to society, which society is just them. If you really broke down, if you taught yourself how to read instead of them teaching you how to read, you wouldn't fall for none of this shit anyway, because you'd break down what society meant and what government meant and what all these things meant. You'd understand that, oh, wait, to govern is to control something, and ment means mind. So the only purpose of a government is to control the mind. Huh. And your ass would stop voting right there. You would be in them voting docs slapping the shit out of niggas. You'd be at the fucking, you wouldn't be, bro. There's a reason why they tell you what they tell you and then omit the shit that they omit. You feel me? They're not going to tell you that there's still riots going on, because the riots that are going on now are for different reasons, and they don't want you to know those reasons and go join. They don't want to tell you that about the pile of trash that's the size of North America, or not North America, it's the size of the United States floating around the Pacific, because then they'd have to do something about it, and that's going to cost money. We're going to lose money. They're not going to tell you about shit. They're not going to tell you about what's really happened at the eclipse. They're not going to tell you about why the sun's been brighter. They're not going to tell you about why the planet's been warming up. They're just going to call it global warming. They're just going to give you fun little titles for it so that you can go argue with it with motherfuckers that don't matter, to be honest. And then they give you social media, which is a platform for you to voice all your concerns to a whole bunch of other motherfuckers who are voicing their concerns.